world, let's take a look at Utrecht, previous champions here in Inadequance, Pablo Indinas and Normalheim. And Inadequance up there with that Giratina origin, brand new availability in Pokemon Go, as well as a Wigglytuff to win the tournament.
Yeah, very strong core pairing, really tough to beat, and you got to see just how well it performed against the rest of the meta. And even the top 12 at Utrecht, we don't see Giratina here whatsoever. We do not see Wigglytuff here whatsoever, with that new access to both Disarming Voice as well as Icy Wind. Really outpaces a lot of other Charm users.
It does. Let's take a look as well at some of our European champions. We have here Zweilous, Galaxica Bolton, Padomon, Colin 6. There's Nighttime Clasher with that signature Togedemaru, as well as Arceus Aurelius, and most recently Inadequance, who going to join them upcoming in Stockholm as well as Bologna.
And of course, they also have the ability to perform well on their own European leaderboard. Padoman rising up into first place. This is so much closer than the North American. Only 4 points between him and second place Stone Collection, and a lot of other great names up there in the top. Inadequance, number 7 there. I'm sure he's got to be happy about that.
He does, but that competition is fierce, looking for that travel package going to the top 3, both in North America and in EU. Now, if you take a peek outside, the forecast is a bit rainy, a bit cloudy. Let's take a look at the forecast, though, for inside the convention center, and what we have some Pokemon that are trending upwards.
Yeah, trending up, we have Cresselia, a psychic type. Recommended moves: Psycho Cut, Grass Knot, Future Sight, opting typically not for Moonblast. Moonblast being able to hit back against Dark types, losing matchups typically for Cresselia. So you have a little more punch with that same type attack bonus Future Sight, but you're giving up a little bit of coverage.
Let's take a look at what's trending downwards, though, and the first one we are going to see is that Alolan Sandslash being so weak to those counter users, as well as, for example, for that Annihilate and that Vigoroth.
And of course, fire types that we've seen have a little bit more resurgence lately, and of course, I'd already mentioned it, 2022, we're in Vancouver, that Shadow Kanto Ninetales, maybe we'll see some fire types erupt here this time.
Yes, also trending downwards is a Pokemon I think trainers are sleeping on a little bit, and that is Poliwrath as a counter user. Poliwrath obtained counter during its community day, and it also has access now to both Scald and Icy Wind. And trainers aren't really using it now, again, favoring the Annihilate, favoring the Vigoroth, but I still think Poliwrath has a lot of play.
It definitely does. Those 2 coverage moves that it has, Scald, Icy Wind, very great. But let's talk about another water type that's kind of hopefully making its way into the meta. That's going to be Shadow Feraligatr, with recommended attacks of Shadow Claw, Hydro Cannon, and Ice Beam. It has great damage and great coverage with really hard-hitting Shadow bonus Hydro Cannon.
Yes, also access to Crunch, another potential possibility if you're looking for that debuff chance. Feraligatr's looking to make it rain inside the convention center as well with that Hydro Cannon, looking to maybe take out some of those Glygars.
And we've talked a lot about what's going on in the PvP world here in Pokemon Go. Let's take a look at the broader sense of what's happening in Pokemon Go. We have the events, the March content here. Of course, we had those Primal Kyogre raids not that long ago. This weekend, I believe, is Primal Groudon. And then next weekend, we have Shadow Mewtwo.
Yes, trainers are going to be out in droves looking to get those Shadow Mewtwo raids. Mewtwo is such a popular Pokemon in this series. We also have our April content update here. We're going to see Mega Heracross for the first time in Pokemon Go, as well as some other 5-star raids. I see that Mega Charizard X making a return as well. Celesteela and Kartana, as well as Shadow Entei in raids. Lots to look forward to.
Kartana and Celesteela are going to be debuting their shinies for the first time, so I know people will be hunting for those.